Welcome to Sauti Zetu.
This is our very first show and we're really excited. And you can tell we're really excited about sharing our stories and our perspectives on issues that affect us abroad and at home. And that's where we get our name from. Sauti Zetu means our voices, translated in Swahili. And I'm Abala.
And I'm Gigi.
And I'm Esther. Okay, ladies, the Kony 2012 movement. I know we've all seen this video. I mean, 100 million people have seen this video. And it's basically a video about the warlord Joseph Kony. Well, Jason Russell, who's the co-founder of Invisible Children, pretty much created this video which told the story of how Kony mistreated kids in Uganda, turned them into children soldiers, and used the girls as sex slaves. And this video went viral. It came out the beginning of March, and like wildfire, it just spread. And in the video, it pretty much urged people to purchase
a kit
with a poster, little bracelets, and all those little things. Yeah. And collected a lot of money. Eventually it led to him being famous. Him, Jason Russell, and Joseph Kony. What do you guys think about all that?
His mission pretty much succeeded. Everybody in the world knows who Joseph Kony is.
Right.
They don't know the whole aspects behind the story, but we know who Joseph Kony is.
So what did he?
And I think that while he was making Joseph Kony famous, like you said, he made himself famous.
Exactly.
And right now he's hospitalized after committing lewd acts, and he's in hospital for dehydration and malnutrition.
Right.
Don't know how that relates. Maybe somebody can educate me on that.
I don't know what happened to the man.
Well, he got famous.
Yeah,
Jason Russell got famous. The pressure. I mean, he's on CNN. He's on Anderson Cooper.
2 weeks though.
Good Morning America.
Too much to handle. And then
weeks.
the questions coming forward. Okay, so what's going on with this? Your organization hasn't been able to verify where some of the funds
are going,
and yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
Why a big percentage of that funds goes into paying the employees, I guess, as opposed to the children who are supposed to be helping, which brings us to the question, what's happening with these children?
We don't know. We as far as we know, like I think you did mention earlier that there's a school.
There's a boarding school called Hope North in northern Uganda, which helps rehabilitate the children, and as well as educates them. And this is for the survivors of the war and the child soldiers.
Yeah.
So that there are organizations on the ground doing something for the children. And mind you, this happened like 6 years ago, so they're not children anymore.
They're grown. Because even if you see on the video when he talks about Jacob, he tells the story of Jacob. Jacob is a grown man right now. But when you go back to the video, like there's this beginning where he interviewed him, and Jacob is talking about how his brother was murdered. Like he was killed in front of him, and he started crying, and he told him, we're gonna get them, if you remember that take that he showed. And what was disturbing is like we see him talking to Jacob, and I think it was through Skype. He's a grown man, but my concern was like, why didn't he just pull away from that and say, okay, Joseph Kony is no longer in Uganda, this is what has happened so far, but we understand that he's moved to the Congo, Central Africa, which brings me to another thing. Calling Uganda Central Africa, but is in Central Africa.
Yeah.
Again, come on.
People need to do their research before posting videos out there.
Period. Especially if you're going to inform the masses, you really need to do your research. Because everybody...
I learned that now. Because, when I came home that evening and I saw on Facebook, people's pages are like, Kony 2012, Kony 2012. I'm like, okay, who is this Kony 2012? Then I see the video. I watched the video and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so touched. Like, really, this is happening? And I told Abala, this is really happening. And Abala was like, not now. That's kind of sketchy. That story is kind of sketchy.
So you kind of
I fell into it. I posted it on my wall. All my friends at work, because my Facebook friends, they are liking this, and of course they have posted on their wall. Then I subscribe to Black News, and obviously everybody feeds off of what you post on your wall. It was also on Black News, and within 3 minutes, 238 comments, 600 and something likes, and then you see people say, I already bought the kit, and then some people are saying, I don't know about this, I read this link, here's the link, read it. Then I also saw some Ugandans and Africans saying this is not true. Get your facts straight.
See, when I saw the story, it pissed me off because I knew about this thing years back. There's a time when it was like in the media a lot. So my thing was, oh really? Now we're gonna sit here and make a big fuss about it. Not that it's not a big issue, but here we are listening to this Jason Russell guy and
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I was just mad, when I saw it.
And I felt the same way. Being from Uganda, I was extremely, I told you.
Yeah.
I don't think that, first of all, they were very, all the facts that he used were erroneous, and he should have done that. And then the fact that you're depicting Uganda as such, and to me that was just a no-no. As he's not a journalist, he's telling a story, but tell the right story.
Right.
And thirdly, it's like we're forgetting about the children. We're forgetting what's happening about them. We're concentrating so much on Connie and Jason,
right?
Forgetting the real issue. And then other than that, it's like, what about Uganda? Why all of a sudden now? Why are we not asking those questions? I wrote a piece, which I put on my Facebook blog about, stop Connie and start anarchy, because I think that's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Right? There's oil in Uganda, and that's
that's positive.
It's going to produce what, $2 billion in revenue per year.
Wow.
So is that possibly a reason why
Yes.
this is coming? About?
True. Well, and as we're talking about the social media and him getting 100 million hits, there was this Someone Tell CNN movement, and it pretty much started with a bombing that took place in Nairobi March 2nd, where I know for sure 6 people died, and I think 68 others were injured. And CNN got on it. CNN International got on the story. They put up this banner which pretty much said violence in Kenya.
Right.
Oh, people in Kenya were infuriated. They got on Twitter and started tweeting, someone tell CNN Kenya is not at war. Someone tell CNN, they need to change, broadcast the right information. Because it pretty much implied that it's the people of Kenya who have turned against each other and they're fighting, especially with the recent election.
Post-election violence in 2007.
Yeah, like what did you feel when you saw that?
I mean, I was scared because first of all, how you watch CNN and they have the little information going so fast, and I saw violence in Kenya. I was like, violence in Kenya, and I go online and I couldn't find anything that minute. But then I found later on, because I read Jumbo News Sport, so I went to Jumbo News Sport, and it was just misinformed. I mean, they gave out the wrong information. Now, violence in Kenya, you say violence in Kenya, I'm thinking post-election violence, or what they call, in international news, ethnic cleansing, which I don't like that word.
So do you guys think, like, the Western media, is it that they don't do their research? Is it that they're just out there to do the slam media, give Africa a bad name? I mean, what's up?
I don't want to say it's their intention to give Africa a bad name, but Africa is already known as a dark continent, starving children in, hunger and wars. And that's what they feed into. And I'm actually saying that it is their intention. But they pick up on sensationalist stories and just feed that out.
And I get that. I mean, most news out there is honestly bad news.
Right.
But, for anybody, if you think about Africa, it's true, like those things you mentioned, all you can think of is these few things. I mean, they should at least try and maybe balance their coverage a little bit, pick up on some positive stuff that happens out there.
But I think that becomes our responsibility.
Right.
We have to write our own stories, tell our own stories, because we can't wait for somebody else to say, oh yeah, Africa is beautiful, you should go there. There are beaches, there's lots of name it.
I mean, this one.
So it becomes, what can we do? And when you go back to Connie 2012, he had the video out there on Facebook, and we're all liking it and posting it on our walls. And then let's be the ones who go out there and shoot something positive, like at home. Put it on Facebook. Have your friends look at it. You know, this is something really good.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, social media,
I
it's
think
amazing.
If we could go on Twitter and make Someone Tell CNN a trending topic, let's make, like you said, the videos, let's make, you know, Kenya is the most beautiful country, Uganda is gorgeous, I don't know, come visit our beach. Let's make those trending topics.
Exactly.
Right?
And do our own research. That's
Exactly.
the most important thing.
Exactly.
Do your own research. Don't just take everything for face value.
Yes. And for journalists, especially, well, you know, this Western media, they should just go back to the basics of journalism. You know, and I say this as a journalist, people, I mean, just fair and balanced coverage.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
That
You know,
is
it wouldn't have killed them to go and, you know, maybe get a proper banner that just describes what's happening in Kenya right then. You know, ultimately, yeah, we do need to tell our own stories. You know, I'm hoping we're going to be able to do that. You know, sit here and give.
Be a voice.
Yeah.
Be a positive voice.
And
And it starts from us.
Exactly.
For us who live in the diaspora, who are out here, we can make that difference.
But I loved it. I loved seeing all those Kenyans on Twitter. I loved KOT. Kenyans on Twitter.
Kenyans on Twitter.
Oh, yes, I loved it. I loved it. You know, it's a powerful tool, and I think we can make a difference. We're not going to let this Western media describe who we are without us saying anything.
But let's not discredit all, because there are some, you know, few pockets of journalists out there who do portray Africa and the countries in Africa, you know, as what they really are.
Exactly.
It's just the others that make everybody look
But like
bad.
you said, it starts with us. So this is our stepping stool and our platform to say something great.
Okay, well, ladies, let's cut out all the chatter now. Let's thank our audience for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in to Sauti Zetu. We love having you guys, and if you guys have any comments, concerns, you know, feel free to email us or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. You know, just get at us, tell us what you want to hear.
Right.
Right?
We want to hear your voice.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Our voice is Sauti Zetu. That's what we're about.
Yep. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Please visit us, comment, follow us, like us, everything.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.